Hello, everybody. Chrissie Shirley here, facilitator of Access Consciousness. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about the tools, some of the tools of Access Consciousness. And one today I'm going to be talking about is, would an infinite being truly choose this? Or would an infinite being choose this? So when I came across the tools of access, I don't think no one had ever told me that I am not a finite being. I'm actually a huge, infinite being of energy. That's who I be. Now, what is an infinite being? Do you know what that is? It's like who we be. When you expand the energy of who you be right out, it's just allow that energy of who you be to be infinite and to go out, right out to the universe. That's who we be. We are beings of energy. No one had ever taught that to me. And it really makes a huge difference in our lives, because if you can think about the difference between being an infinite being and a finite being has limitations and is very limited. And we contract ourselves to be a finite being. But when you expand yourself out, and it's a muscle that you practice, because if no one's ever taught it to you before, then you have to practice it. And the question, would an infinite being truly choose this? Well, if you're an infinite being, would you choose to be sad today? You could choose something different, couldn't you? And it is all about choice. And I could choose to listen to that truck going up and down there and go, ooh, I wish you'd stop making that noise. Or I could choose, what contribution could that truck be to me and my life and to this video that I'm doing today. So, infinite beings, how do they function? How do they function differently to finite beings? So finite beings function from their thoughts, which we all know very well, from their feelings and their emotions. Infinite beings function from perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving. And as an infinite being, when you perceive something, it's just like a light feather touch. So you might perceive it's a little chilly today, or it's colder today than it was yesterday. That's a perception. And that means it can change, because if you perceive something. Now, these are tools for you to start to become more aware of what's going on in your life. When you perceive, when you know something, you just know it. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you know something, it's like you cannot explain it to anybody. You just know it, and it's a really clear awareness. When you practice some of the tools of access, such as how does it get better than this, you will know for yourself what a difference asking that question will make in your life. You'll just know it, because you will discover what happens when you ask, how does it get any better than this? Knowing, perceiving, knowing, being. So the third way that infinite beings function is they function from their being, as a being of energy. As a being of energy, we be. So we be energy. We can be sadness, and that's a choice, or we can be happy, or we can be cheerful, we can be joyful, we can be creative, we can be anything that we choose. I'm choosing to be interesting today. I'm choosing to be interested in what is going on in your lives. I'm choosing to engage with the molecules of the universe. What else am I choosing today to be? I often ask, what energy can I be that will create more? Because I know it's the energy that I be that will create my life. I can choose to be an energy. Now, I can change the way I sit, my posture, and I can be the energy of I can be joyful, I can be excited. Those are all energies that I choose, and I just choose them. So that's perceiving, knowing, being, receiving. Oh, we haven't done receiving. So receiving is the fourth way that an infinite being functions. And nobody's really taught us very much about receiving. It's one of the things that's not done very well on this planet. We're very good at giving. We love to give to other people, but we're not very good at receiving. Receiving compliments, receiving energies, receiving awarenesses. Receiving means that you actually receive something without going into any kind of reaction to what that is. So it might be something that, for instance, I received that truck that was driving up the driveway making a noise, and I received it. If I had gone into, oh, there's a truck going past, what a nuisance, he's making a noise, that's a reaction, and that's not receiving. So that stops me from receiving the contribution that that truck is being and what it can be for me in my life and for everybody around us. So infinite beings function very differently, and today we're going to be asking the question, would an infinite being truly choose this? And I want to say thank you so much for listening. I hope you have got something out of this. Please ask me your questions if you don't understand. It's a different way of looking at life. It's worth having a look at. It really works. It changes your life. When you change the energy of things, your life changes. Is that of interest to anybody? Please let me know. Send me a text or a message. I'm Chrissie Shirley. I live in Hamilton, New Zealand, and I love these tools of access. So thanks for listening. And I'm just going to stop this.